To tell the truth, we're actually very fucking tired.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
We're very
Say that
tired.
again.
Remember I said before, the safest place is when I'm at home.
Yeah.
When I walk out, I'm tired.
Yes.
When I go to work, I'm tired. When I go to parties and I see my friends are chilling, I'm tired. There's no more I can say with that.
The importance of race and why it's so wrong to be colorblind.
Because those people that are like, I don't see color, like with that sentence, you also, like you said, like you completely deny the struggles that Black people face because of their race every day in this society, in a society that is built on race struggle. So if you don't see color, then to me, you are by default supporting racism.
Mm-hmm. Everywhere I go as a person, I go as a Black guy, and I feel that as well. I take it with me and I'm proud of it. But then if you say to me like, okay, I don't see color, then you don't fully acknowledge the person that I am, and I feel like you're never gonna really get to know me as a full human being.
So many white people don't see white as a race. They see white as the norm.
Mm-hmm.
So when white is seen as a norm, anything outside of this is alienated. Anything that's outside of is the other. But once you see yourself as a race like everyone else, then you are accepted into these conversations and you won't feel as bad.
There's always like Black people having to have this conversation when we know what's up. And it's supposed to be like, I don't want to say the other way around, but like, I feel like there should be more white people joining seminars or like joining conversation, because they are the ones who have to realize or understand what's going on, because I know that I'm a Black person.
Yeah.
The whole George Floyd thing happened.
Yeah. 100%.
White people started realizing that there was a big issue on like racism and discrimination, and had a lot of friends saying, oh, but I didn't know it was like this. I didn't know it was so bad. And I was like, oh, well, buongiorno, like, good morning.
Yeah.
This is the world.
This is the world.
Yeah, so it shouldn't take that man for you to realize that there's racism. Also in the little things, if I get stopped and you don't get stopped for some whatever reason, you should realize that this is the step that leads to a dead man on the floor in the States. So,
That was like, how can this be new for you? How are you still surprised by this and act like it's the first time we're talking about it?
With me, I've been here for 1 year, and the things that I've experienced, usually they say it takes 3 to 6 months to settle in a country. But that is if you're not a person of color. There's so many things that we have to go through in terms of setting up our bank, meeting our neighbors, communities. Me as a Black person, straight as I moved into my area, Old West, people looked at me like, wow, who is this guy?
And then when I started going to uni, which is usually defined as a very international uni, I realized that the word international most of the time is like connected to everyone from Europe. And then at work, I do feel more comfortable because like the rest of the staff is also Black or POC. But I do feel very stressed when customer walk in, because they are Dutch and some of them are like Dutch from the countryside, and I don't speak Dutch, so it's already language barrier plus skin color. And I get the whole, you don't speak Dutch, and where are you from, in your country, how is it is? And assuming that I come from, I don't know, Abeokuta in Nigeria or something, when I'm literally European as you are. And I don't think I will ever feel at home in anywhere else that is not accepting who I am. And that's could be anywhere else. I just know that I feel at home 100% when I'm with my family in my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah.
For me, I was born in Amsterdam, and I've never left Amsterdam. I grew up in Amsterdam Oost, which is and was a really multicultural neighborhood. I always was playing outside the street with like a lot of kids from friends from Morocco or Turkey or Suriname, Ghana, and also Dutch people, and that was. Yeah, it was just more normal for me. And when I went to high school, I was the only black guy in class.
Oh.
And all the teachers were white as well. And yeah, I felt like really uncomfortable, and especially in the first 1-2 years. And then like when I was turning 15, 16, I was starting to get more tense about it. Also like the whole Zwarte Piet thing and stuff, and things coming up, which is really a long discussion, of course. And yeah, then when I was like 16, 17, I was starting to get more comfortable with being black and being myself, and just talking about it and confronting people with like the issues that there really are. Right now I'm studying and I'm the only black guy in class. I still have the same feeling a lot of the times, even though I'm really comfortable speaking about it, and I have way more confidence. Just always it confronts you with it. And also, like, this is a little bit of a different example, but when I go abroad and tell people where I'm from, I never say like I'm from the Netherlands. I always say I'm from Amsterdam. Like the Netherlands, for me, if I leave Amsterdam,
I experienced that. I experienced that.
the eyes are everywhere. You be seeing this. Oh, who's this guy? What is he doing here?
I went on a viewing with a friend of mine, was supposed to be my flatmate. And yeah, on email, the landlord was like, super cool, nice, of course, can't wait to like meet you guys and everything. But when he opened the door, because we went there for the viewing, right? And he saw me and my friend. He was like, oh yeah, but like honestly, now I'm thinking about it, and it's not for student anymore. And yeah, I'm sorry. Like 5 minutes viewing.
Wow.
Couldn't even see like the whole house.
Wow.
And in my head, I was like, I bet that if my friend was
Would've gone
blonde
along.
and with blue eyes, I've gone along, like alone, probably I would be still living there or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know, I got called Zwarte Piet, I don't know how many times, lost count. Yeah, or at work, every time people are like super rude and they say, I want to speak to someone else, and then they will usually look for someone who's white and Dutch, you know?
Yeah.
Or my boyfriend lives in Ede, which is like a completely different part of the Netherlands, and it's hella white. It's like white. And every time we go to the Albertijn, we get searched.
You're just living life.
Yeah,
And
like it's such a
just
central
breathing,
part.
and it's already like, oh
No,
my
but like
God.
also it's so normal to me that it's just like this is just what happens. You know, like you're just used to it. It happens every day.
Yeah.
I don't even get shocked by it.
I've been thrown out of clubs. Actually, no, like actually, I have some example where I was just in a club inside having a great night with some friends, and some random dude came up to me, was touching my hair from the back. So I was like turning around, and I was like getting really mad at him, like, okay, what the hell are you doing? And he was like, oh no, don't make it a big deal. I just want to touch your hair. And he touched my hair again. I was like, yo, don't touch my hair again.
Unbelievable.
And so we were like having a fight, not really physically, but just shouting at each other. And there was this guard coming up at us.
Yeah.
He took me. He was like, okay, you have to leave now.
Of course.
Wow. First, we need to understand what have they succeeded in.
Ooh, I need my glasses for this.
It's more like, boy, they haven't succeeded in anything. They hide behind a lot. They pretend everything is like, oh, it's okay. Oh, we didn't see it. Did it actually happen? Oh, okay. You know, that's how I see
And
it.
I feel like especially, I mean, I'm not Dutch, so I feel like you can probably maybe answer this question best. But to me, like, they've just really failed at breaking the stereotypes and everything that stems from their history of colonialism and slavery, like that is so rooted to me in their society and their culture. And I feel like that is really what they failed at, like breaking that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You shouldn't be tolerant
Yeah.
of me or people like me or whoever is not like you. You should accept. You should be welcoming, loving,
Embracing.
You should not tolerant. Like you tolerate something that you don't like, but you're like, okay, it's fine a little bit. Like until this point, it's okay. That's what tolerance is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So also like simple things like teaching actual stuff, like actual facts of history. I remember when I was in political science and I was doing Dutch history, I learned about this great thing that Dutch people did and like, you know, all the stuff that they created and Van Gogh and everything on the expenses of who and what though.
So one thing I always say, and many people have failed in this, not just in the Netherlands, is they don't let children understand that university is there and it shows you that you are, what's the word I'm looking for? You are disciplined enough in your area of study, right? That's it. It doesn't ready you for the world.
No, that's not
When you
the
finish
purpose at all.
uni,
Yeah.
when you have to learn more, that's when we see who you are as a human, if you want to learn or not. Do you see? That's why you always have to be up for learning, constantly, all the time.
Yeah.
Because every day we have to better ourselves.
Yeah, I guess I've got a lot to say, but I just want to state this, that in the Netherlands is a great country if you just follow all the rules and the behaviors that Dutch people see themselves as. Like, okay, this is Dutch, and if you as a foreigner act like you're them, then it's all fine.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
you're perfect. But like the second you step out of that
The normal, the
norm,
accepted.
the
Game
normal
over.
accepted context, they go straight at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm from Germany, so I have to say, like, it's probably not Italy, but compared to the Netherlands, like, I think Germany is, I'd say, worse from my personal experience. Though I have to say that I also lived longer in Germany, so I think I don't have as much experiences in the 2.5 years that I have here
Yeah, of course.
than in the 18 years I had in Germany. But like, I definitely say it's much more racist, much more sexist, misogynistic. And I think what I do sense, at least from my experience in the university, and that is probably a bit different from your experience, but there is a certain willingness of a student environment to change and to learn. And that I really do not experience in Germany.
Yeah.
Like when
Yeah.
I was going home from Amsterdam last year to Berlin, to my family, I was on the train and the person came to control my ticket and he was literally like, I don't believe that you have a valid ticket because you can't afford it.
I'm from Italy. Yeah, I have an Italian surname, so everybody thinks I'm using someone else's.
Yeah, I have a
ID.
German
Yeah.
name. It's like, oh,
So
your
it's a-
your picture doesn't fit the
Are you
name.
adopted?
Oh,
Not adopted.
Yeah.
It's, I think, like 10 years behind when it comes to diversity and inclusivity. It's very racist. It's extremely racist, and you would not see someone working in a shop that is black. You would not see someone working in a bank that is black. You wouldn't see a teacher. Maybe we have like one doctor in the whole country that is
Right.
black. Maybe one cop that is black, and few nurses, but like that are our age. So like it's now, of course. So like all of my friends are in the UK. All of my Nigerian, Ghanaian friends are in the UK. All my Senegalese friends are in France because they couldn't cope. Like
Yeah, of course.
it's just out of hand. You are literally treated like a piece of shit. You know, like in summer, mind you, it's very warm. It's like 30 degrees. I find myself very uncomfortable wearing shorts because I would get stopped and asked how much I get per hour. Plus, I'm Nigerian, and like the typical idea of a prostitute is a Nigerian black woman. So when I went with Kevin, my boyfriend, from Amsterdam to Desenzano del Garda, he was like, I need Jesus to handle 2 weeks here. he was generally like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to control myself because everything that I see is just wrong, you know? Like, people, you be using the word nigger just like it's hello. The whole music industry, especially when it comes down to like a genre that are historically black, like rap, hip hop, there's no single black artist signed in a label.
Okay, cool. I can't say much about London. Let's see what I can say in 20 seconds. We don't really tolerate none of that stuff. If we do, our white counterparts fight for us. You see people on a train jump up and punch the individual that was racist. I think we've already started off somewhere, and it kicked off this year, especially with BLM.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
A lot more needs to be done because I think we're not even at the foundation.
No.
The foundation is when people feel uncomfortable. Right now, it's just a talking point where it's a cool factor.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh yeah, we can talk about this so people know we're inclusive, that we're part of it, we're part of the movement, you know? And I would say in terms of what we should be doing, we've been doing a lot for so long, there's not much that we can do anymore.
No.
Like,
Agreed.
to tell the truth, we're actually very fucking tired. The safest place is when I'm at home.
Yeah.
When I walk out, I'm tired.
Yes.
Just taking care of themselves,
Yeah.
about their health,
honestly.
about their
Yeah,
mental health.
That's a
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. But also like take pride. I feel like a lot of people are still like hesitant in saying what they think and being vocal because
Yeah.
I don't want to be extra, I don't want to be exaggerating. You're not exaggerating if you're demanding for your own rights.
Yes.
You're not exaggerating for that. So yeah.
Do you think that 2020 did give a kickstart finally?
It's late though. It's late.
Like a little.
It's just a little.
A little. I mean, I do feel like what white people can be doing, like just ask questions, educate yourself.
The same energy that whites use to embrace our culture is the same energy they should use to embrace us.
In the whole BLM in June, like for me, it was my main source of information actually. There was so much information on Instagram, for example, stories being shared, people listening to each other and sending it to all their friends, family and stuff. It was so powerful for me as well.
It's very important for people to like share because through sharing you can I don't know, teach something to someone. I've had people telling me, oh, thank you for sharing this because I didn't know about this or the other thing, or I mean, like if it wasn't for social media, we probably wouldn't know what went down in Sudan when there was a whole war. We wouldn't know what would happen in Nigeria. So like, of course, it's not the way to fix the problem, but it's definitely a way to let people aware of what's going on.
And this is what I've seen in Netherlands so far, in the creative scene. Photographers, designers are posting pictures of just black women, just posting, oh, beautiful. And I'm like, okay, are you doing this just for clout? Or, you know, you're trying to show people that you're cool, you have black friends or you have black connections? Use it properly. This is what I try to push to so many of my friends. If I see any friends doing it, I message them.
I do think that I see it very often, that people post a lot about, for example, their white privilege and how they need to be better allies, and then the next thing happens.
They don't use it.
And they're not able to actually question their white privilege. And that is when I wonder a little bit, how much effect does it actually have?
University of Amsterdam.
Ooh, she
I'm
named
talking
it.
to
Ooh,
you.
she went there.
I just feel like I am there as a token for you guys to show the world how diverse you are, but there's nothing that actually works in order for me to feel good in your space. The whole Black Lives Matter thing and the fact that the university page posted a black box, you are institution of education, so you need to provide literatures, readings, speakers,
Standards,
or you can just easily use us, which are Black students, to understand the root of the problem and come to terms with it.
This Eurocentric outlook that they have on their courses, it's so ingrained, I feel like, in UVA. Like other knowledges, like subjugated knowledges, they're not accepted. They're not seen as the truth.
Worthy.
Yeah, as worthy, as comparable to European knowledges, to those kind of studies. And once you progress, you can actually choose your courses and have a course on post-colonialism. But that is not part of their basic outlook on education.
But don't forget, a lot of these professors, older white men, they're seen as the most privileged in the world. When you go Asia, they're seen as gods. When you go Africa, they're seen as gods. And your battles at uni come with the correct facts, correct statements, correct data, because data talks. To these older professors, everything's about data, knowledge. As humans, we know what sounds right. We know what feels right, you know? So they know what's right, but some people, like I said, they're egos. Everything's down to egos. You know, oh shit, I'm a professor, she's making me look bad, blah, blah, blah. But what they don't understand is, if they accepted, it'll make them look even better. The school system, it's not an education system. Education is everything all around it. So that's why you have to take your own initiative. Same as lecturers and professors outside of school have to take their own initiative to learn, then come back into lecture and tell the students, you know what? I went to an all-black class the other night. And students will be like, oh wow, what happened, professor? Then you start.
That
You
would
know,
be beautiful.
that's education. That's not schooling, because that's external from the schooling system. So this is what we get wrong all the time.